teacher of God's
Sunaya
infinite
Deja
things,
Saya
to you,
Deja
the
Shada
infinitely
Natama
great
Deja
one, the endowed transcendent
Giving us all
destroyer,
learn
the
to
glorious conqueror, the secure from the shattered clan.
then
I
I do a
prostrate
land
before
in the
Prince
Lada
of Miracle
singing
Refuge.
the mind.
I know supreme amongst
Such you can
you,
do like
one Lord
that,
is
you
there.
wish you
You paced out 7 strides, then said,
like as an
I am
year
supreme in this
then I
world.
send you the mind.
To you who are wise, then I
You
prostrate.
must watch what the
Your
Milano
bodies
do
form
the
supremely
suggestion.
pure, quizzed emotion
So
like
now
a
they
golden
do just
mountain,
why you
famed
go
like
to the
Oasis
vision.
of the three worlds, winner of the best,
Kadana
Lord,
that
to
you
you I
know,
prostrate.
serious.
With the silvering signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the three worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the Founder having all understanding, the field of miracles, qualities like a vast ocean, to you the one gone to thusness I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path to sublime reality, the Dharma that pacifies I prostrate. Those who are liberated who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts. To you, the sublime being, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha. To all three let me give out homage. To all worthy of respect, I, with bodies as many as all realms and in all aspects, with supreme faith, I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions. Supreme among thousands, this is the teaching of the Buddha. A star of visual apparition in the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew, or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud, see conditioned exercise. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all seeing, subdue the cold pulse, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. To page 15 for the heart of perfection, Wisdom Sutra. I prostrate in the Oriental tomb. Thus did I hear one time the Bhagavan swelling in ice upon his mountain in Rajagriha, together with a great community of monks and a great community of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Bhagavan was absorbed in contemplation and appreciation of the unborn profound perfection. Also at that time, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara looked upon the very practice of the profound perfection of wisdom and beheld those five aggregates also as empty of interpretation. Then through the power of Buddha, the venerable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara: how should any sadhana prostrate and wish to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom? He said that to the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara: set this to the venerable Shariputra. Shariputra any sadhana being capable of perfection, who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom, should look upon it like this: the greatly aggregated behold those five aggregates also as empty of interpretation. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form. Form is also not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, composition of
Sachi Chunala, Chancho Bado Dani Jatsuchi, Dagi Chijin Jibe Sonamji, Kola San Drupa Sho, Chodan Sachi Chanala, Chancho Bado Dani Jatsuchi, Dagi Chijin Jibe Sonamji, Kola Benji Sanje Drupa Sho, Sanje Chodan Sachi Chanala, Chancho Bado Dani Jatsuchi,
Kulungum jawra. Kulung kar gum jawlanda. Tinganzo. Shinegi ko. Shinegi migbe ko shigo resane. Inana da migba shishewe kebe migba. Da di ani niya toya di. Rani jibu chidu chawa mayi. Rani jibu semje tamjela. Pemba bashi duya chidi isra. Tiye chidi nge. Ani di niya da toya da samya chigi yoyo samcha. Nadin res che kulung. Che shosra.
Assuming that motivation, intention that one will listen to the teaching about shamatha, the calm abiding, and focusing on the meditation device or focal object, the four of which we're looking at becoming expert in one area. So one will hear and reflect in to that end, not just for you, not just for oneself, but to benefit solely other living beings. So listening, hearing, and reflecting with that motivation.
Da gawagum. Ani During Lamrim, Shine forward and to each one of the give us some way into
Rejoicing that one has the choice, rejoicing that one has the opportunity to hear the calm abiding from the Lamrim.
Oh yeah, that the Shine and then mix it. And got the Shine shade. You chimble Lamrim. Resro, you chimble do that. Church here, the Ranji witch the mind barrow, Simji Shinla Pemba Bashi, to actually some dango your rest. And the law the Jang, Tangoda, Maranzo, Ranjin the Shukshambo Yawainza. Tangoda that in the Yonsa Mares tang yet in the Chidos Mares something. And the Kalekale Bezin Chevina, and Jiglo Loma Wojila, Jigmune Sim. Samlo time to that Shen said the Kajimbo in bed. And it's hard in the layer the go peasant channel, you be your rest.
We are studying this calm abiding, but under the context of the vast vehicle, the Mahayana vehicle, so that our intention should be solely to benefit other living beings and training the mind. That means we have to train the mind in that light. So at the moment, our self-cherishing, our self-interest is so strong, we might think, well, I couldn't possibly do that, train in such a manner. But with effort over time, over years, then one's mind can be trained to a stage where one sees others as more important than oneself. So with effort.
Ne, Dean do that, Delaya, Shimbing, Tambo, Shinlang and Pendochi is the same. Melvachera.
Yeah.
This some Mongo time do that. Melvachi go to you, Mendo, Dang was pinch talk with us, right?
Yeah.
The toward the Susu Lame waters, Lame do any mill pen tower chevala, and Tango Susu somebody, Dembo, Susu somebody, manner. 밀 배도 유파샤 비저 툭툭도더라.
야,
저 심템보 고야 그거 여be 인자 아니 디제도다 먼저. 아니 신의 공부 요레스로.
now that intention to benefit others, at first we aspire to help them. It's at the aspirational level. But over time, when you think on that again and again, one thinks not just aspiring, but may I directly be able to do that, in fact? And then you question yourself, how does one do that? Well, firstly, in order to be able to help others, one needs a stable mind, because without a stable mind, let alone help others, one can't even help oneself, because one's mind is making these projections. Yes.
아니 신의 공부 치발라 신내 세드. 셈 이과질네 시스도 청와다 고바 시제 아니 따디나라 아니 라바지 니다 목바다 아니 스미지 남도 라바 두즈 시제 아니 셈베 지페 여와지가라 네트비아이 지라 신내 세요 레스로 신내 세드.
Now, when we look at this word shine, or calm abiding, and meditating on that, to calmly abide, what does it mean? It means to be able to place the mind single-pointedly on its chosen object in a calm manner. Calmly means without excitement or thinking, without, recoursing to sleep, dullness, or thoughts which are inappropriate, pacifying the mind like that. Yes.
그래서 당부 고마쟁이 밀어 가려서는 이 먹고배 강렬로 남도 상다야 마다니 니 먹다 나곰 가지 자니 믿을래야 곰 자니 야곰 니를 강해 근데 요래서
Some people, before they meditate, they have the problem of kind of like not sleeping, but then others, when they start to meditate, they get the problem of dullness and falling to sleep. That can happen.
니 마다니라
Yeah, too much sleep.
가서는 심수 뒤뒤 니후도라.
Because when you focus the mind in, when you condense the mind in, it can get lethargic and sleepy.
그래서 디인디다 딘데인디 신의 mikpa 당고 아니 신의 규 아니 신의다 신의 규디다 계정물에 내다 신의 mikpa시 신의 거 고말라 mikpa질 mik고래 mik발라다 안다 슝단 tum베제나 아니 지 캬베 mik바다 제바남조 mik바다 캬베 mik바다 뇽모남조 mik바시베 나네 당한저 단다 대전숨바디 캬베 mik바사디 시기 요레스로 드린 디나네다 디나레 디제 망고도 디 나게다 케베미베 나게 풍보다 감다 제제세다 덴데 시거 덴데기 남샤 덴데 라 중니 남샤 텔미기야 시게 시기어다 드린 디간으로.
So in that context, then one needs to train in calm abiding, single-pointed concentration, and one needs to settle on your focal object. Of course, it's important you have all the causes and conditions together. Having gotten the causes and conditions together for that accomplishment, you settle on your chosen object as in line with the textual sources, scriptures. So then it is said that there are these 4 categories from which one can choose one's chosen focal object. So the first one was universal objects of meditation. Secondly, objects of meditation for purifying your behavior. Thirdly, objects of meditation for expertise. And fourthly, objects of meditation to purify afflictions. The third one of these is where we are, objects of meditation for expertise. Within that, there is meditations on the aggregates, the constituents, the sources, dependent arising. We're at the 4th of those, dependent arising.
다디 덴데라 주니 남샤 셰어 기생어도 셰어 나지레다 당보 말아서 lula mixture hanzo lula mixture ta lutu minya shasam danan derwa ludi la mine ludi judan gen khalal dine chungyame andi ya sam dan du tama ani ta les ni ji she di she ba che wala tama hanzo ni susu le kyaw ngaji khodyoji le ku yorerwa
Now, the dependent arising is explained in terms of these 12 factors, these 12 links of dependent origination. We did a course on that recently, but we can begin again by focusing on the body in terms of the close placement of mindfulness on body and looking, okay, so what are the causes and conditions of that body? And secondly, of course, it brings in the notion of karmic formation, karma. And in order to understand that, you need to be grounded in the notion of past lives. Yes.
Ta di dila tanda kyawa ngaji dubji dila shebegi gyun ama yewe dodanji dukuyore rwa ta di shebe rinra gyun ama yewar dine kyawa ngaji yewar dukuyora.
So such past lives are established on the mental continua. Because the mental continuum is there as a stream, we can validate past lives.
Tangzo di komdes kyawindara, komdes kyabje charanzo da mangbaji yandi sanyima zinda ligmandara manzo sanyima zinda dina da ukchungu la dine komjadan di tikane ne chi pe nyomo sedang rimba dine komis kyaguyore charanzo mangbaji ya sanyima ligmewe inza di ukchungu la dine pe chebe gyungang la sangma tangtoya ta duzo ngone shena susu gomish gyabi na yamnyo di yungu yusrewa naranzo gom ma gyabna na susu nyamnyo yungu marwa gom gyabna nyamnyo ji yungu yusre nyamnyo di yona naranzo peje nane sheba na shinji susu simna le yundu o da peje nane shebe gyungi waldi ne kyawa ngaji dubya di jaja jata shebe gyungi tohne kyawa ngaji shiyoba di da jaja jata hachukudo sam susu nyamnyo tohne hakowe ina di nyoye toki kyawa ngaji dubi yundi di tenpo shibji chayong korwa di hakowe ina tende ina chunyi namsha tozo geji shebe ina kodibu shibji chago yorwa ni leji ko tozo da geji shebe ina ngone da chigre samsam mishu chig da di ina menam sam thokwa sayaro dine yungu yorwa chazan di indi ukchungul dine komjadan di yangja komdes jagos rangzo.
I thought to do this by way of breathing meditation as we go through the topic. Some of you are not attending the Sunday class where we use the focus of the breath, breathing meditation, as a means to stopping the afflictions by observing the mind, mental continua. So it is then by doing this meditation on the breath that experience will come through meditation. Of course, if you don't meditate, you're not going to get the experience. But through meditating, one gets the experience in one's own mind. The case that because there is a mind, a mental continua that continues, then one can infer or cultivate a conviction in the experience of past lives. And when you come to this conviction or conclusion by yourself, experientially, it's much more stable. It's much more stable because it's coming from your experience. So therefore, in that sense, the way the 12 links are set out will become easy for you. And also, the notion of karma, you might have doubted, is karma the case or not? That doubt. In this case, this will be dispelled through meditative experience. No.
다 우종 곰 다리 우종 곰 자는데 우디 아니 도 스나군이네 수지 리바 하고로 아니 저거베데 딤바사바리 아니 파도 수 야닝가사와 용 파도 수용 시바체 두스테 대와 chen 산에 chen 수부 차단을 두스테 스틱 스테로 니 테지 되나 니 셈데베 우중 우 판도 춘도 시바 되게 간라 니 시바치 데비나 디 데베 타들 수수수 냠뇨 카레잉부도 와 대다시 되는 디거 냠뇨 딘데 용그레스 예 라그마르다 미스스스스기 곰게 아니 삼로 당당당 배 소바 치중당 숙치중당 다들 레레 되어요 겨왕하면 콤발레 되어 가시 곰자와 잠지 냠뇨 배 야고드네 용거를 가시 곰망고 자나 냠뇨 용구요 말 가서 다 겨왕하지 겨왕하면 콤바메니 제들레 콤바메니나 하고 여러 가시 겨왕하면 콤바메니 세대다 깔레 몽부 자위나 이거 텔레디네 냠뇨 멘다 용거 지당에 냠뇨 딘데지 용거레 시지 랍데비네 견서요 당한 냠뇨 딘데지 용거레 다 디시등하 공제일러나 니 야야만 가사들로 상무 가르고 지다 디니 고무지 갸다 아니 미수수 내단을 봐고 니지 냠뇨 소다만 용거레스로
With breathing meditation, then let's begin by just bringing our awareness to the breath going in and out of the nostrils. So firstly, we're going to bring the level of breathing to the level of the throat, that initial cycle of inhalation, exhalation, then bringing the cycle to a deeper level. The wind or air reaches the heart level. Thirdly, the navel, and finally, the secret place. And finally, the wind or breath pervades the whole body. So those cycles, just being aware mentally that just recognizing that inhalation and exhalation with those levels of cycle. And then it's very much up to you to check from your experience, what's going on for you. No need to say about that. Because for some people, the sensations by such training is strong. The sensations and appearances are strong because they have a karmic habit, or they have practiced meditation before, perhaps in a previous life. They're used to it. Yet others with less experience might find it more difficult. But some, due to past effort, find it more easy. So there's no point in saying a lot about that, because if I say a lot, then you might be forcing some type of experience. It's much better just to go with the variety of your experience.
da same ne pa do chu do we de su cha zan la san dan shi ma ding ane ane thanga jam ne thanga ju sa wo jap ju les nan an sam sha ne de ju jap sa we je de la ne same de ne khande ji sam sim se de khande ji do ro sim se de khande do ji da de ro
Ale Tangpo.
ju jap thanga uk she ba de na thanga
Allow, then bring back to just being aware of inhalation and exhalation, then counting 10 of those cycles, so 10 rounds of those inhalation exhalations. And at the end of that, just observing mind.
yeah. 아, 아니 집에 다들 좀 겨탈라 수수 심게 장난을 가르가르 연구도게 아니 저런서 가시 양수 삼지시에나 야고요로 이 당가 주잡사와 당 우중을 따와 당 근데 지스 아니 냠뇨 간데 연구도로
So it would be good if from those meditations, did you have any appearances come up in your mind, firstly from following the cycles of breath through the body, then watching breath, and then being aware of your mind? If there are any sharings, it's welcome.
Yeah.
Any?
Not they don't have this coding. I can do like this, no problem. Yeah, that's one. You stay there, okay, that's good. 1 hour, you stay there. No, don't worry. I'm stay here. No. Oh yeah, all this. Yeah. The Steve.
Any experiences? Any appearances come up?
Goodbye.
Well, what Geshe asked us to see if there was any experience from those meditation techniques that you had. So any feedback?
Nothing?
Yes?
Yeah.
I had strong image of, I don't know if this is what it was supposed to be,
Yeah.
but it just came from memory. A strong image of people that I'd let down in my earlier life.
Right.
I don't know if that was wrong.
Thank you. So you had an image of coming up in your mind of people that you'd let down in your earlier life. Okay. Morangi tsedila nyumarwadi. Tene paripushemba la tes imi dewa cheba dang sem pamya dang di tinshin nang le. Yeah, this lion.
No.
That's good. Anyone else?
I had a recollection of everything I have to do.
You had a recollection of everything you have to do. Philippa di kurangi lekache di mongba lekache giko tinchi dil pabde yorvad. Tinchik dogdu di ni dogdu di sum. So you've gone to the future somehow. Anyone else?
Yeah, I compare with that. I was thinking about doing my India trip with Chanel, which is helping me.
Oh yeah, yang pajagra jogi chashi.
Yeah.
Din nam doctor. Yep. Anyone else? Okay, so future things, plans. Yeah, chashi kola. Nam dot less. Chanang less.
Mine was more physical, being really quite aware of my body.
Okay.
And feeling where the breath was going or not going, where it was easy to go and where it wasn't easy going.
Right.
I wasn't thinking too much.
Okay.
I didn't have too many thoughts.
So you didn't think too much, but you were physically aware of where the breath was going and where it wasn't in the body. Morang namtok shirame di lunang lo sora di teme pena lung di kaudro yeme kolate. Yam yorisa sora. Anyone else?
That's good. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, yes. Anything looks zero? Looks clear?
Just breath?
Yeah. But I still use the technique of visualizing the tubes when I breathe. You remember how you taught us many years ago? So I still use that. So maybe it doesn't allow my mind to move on to anything else. Do you think?
You say you still use the
Geshe-la used to teach us a technique of using a visualization of the tubes inside
okay.
the nostrils up through.
Yes. Lungjongi the mikpeche ikong nang la berapa pipe
Never
nang.
really moved on from that. I still use that technique.
Contender badu the tapsiti.
It doesn't allow me to think about anything else.
이게 좀 심플하가 되기도 소리.
Yeah, 디콜라 디마토 탑시 심바 mendusa kondi. Ukjong yu dura di pipe ni naguni lang do di. Komutun di gamjuyesa.
배워.
That's good.
어디 다 다라래 단답이나 그래서 가시에게 단답심 대회 내줄래요 도성아.
Yeah.
디 챔버래다. 다 겨왕아지 상단이 어디도 안 거다. 챔버디로
Right.
대회는 제로 다디 팀을 생기준이 가도도 야야야 생기준이 대로로.
Yeah.
다 겨왕아지 공상당이나 야테나 야가요래 마테블 야테로잖아. 그래서 지 미담이 디네가 그녀와 들려야야 챔버디야야야 디도 생기준이야야. 다 드드 상황 원해서는 대단하게 심 대변해 주시 제도인데 시바디 다만 원해서는 시바 이참 타지는 시바 뭐 숨고요 맞죠?
Okay.
더버지기요만 다나 텐데니 보란 시바를 해셔로 디기 시바들이 대 시바된 거만 윤들이 생각만 야야야 야테는 도단 직제로 대도도다 배우다 돼.
Some recalled about their past, and just that function of recollection is what we would train in to recall past lives. So just the fact that you can go back and recall experiences with interactions with others in this life, and that is when that becomes stable on the basis of that. Just that faculty of mental recollection is recognizing mental continuum, is recognizing mind.
다드네 건조단데 수부크랑간라 심 우카와도 카와가기메 카와두기메 시든 저지도
Yeah.
아디 심디 다다신데 다다가나 도지 다가나 쟁에 우디 데데기도 네 우디 야도도 직신이지도
Yeah.
다가나 셰바들이 다가나 셰바디 다 당번 언저 셰바디 셰고로 와 셰바디 셰 디야야야 컨디니 균레야도나 셰베 균전이 겨가지로 다 셰기오라 다가나 단다 심디 다다오가나 데데요레스
Right. Now, for those that were aware by using the breath where the breath was going in the body and where it wasn't, that is being in the present moment. So like now I'm breathing in, now I'm breathing out, and where the breath is going. So the recognition of that, the fact that you're recognizing that also is consciousness, and you can also train that to go to recognize the past as well, past lives.
다 디네 고서가시 다 마음발라 차실을 도다.
Yeah.
다 차실라 도야디 차시 도와디 도도 셴나 되기였다가 다 차시 야갈 도도 서와 아니 차시 다 딘데지 다다 두주들에 대지 다 생기 차시 그도 생기도나 다가란 셰보거나 다 테니에디 셰버리 되라고로.
And those that are thinking of future plans, it's okay if you just recognize that you're thinking of future plans. That itself is also a type of consciousness or recall. Yeah, that's the type of consciousness awareness.
다 디네다 혼자던데 얘기는 롱루고도 잡네. 검잡이인데 심디베 다가란 대셔도 소라다.
Yeah.
가면 요소를 차도도 소래. 그래. 예.
Ale John.
말에 Nick. 노르고도 잡네. 타마데 가르치고 들었어.
Okay, so when you've done your breathing cycles, as you mentioned with that method, at the end of the 10 cycles, what's your appearance?
I think I say what comes.
There was a problem. I didn't really without this. So I just kept repeating that same visualization of the breath.
Yeah, lungchong mutu na kordo. Chick never chew, chick never chew.
di 다그랑간라 데 두고도나 아니 데 템포 차용 거로 단다 먼저 데 당고니 나고라도 라와차제 우금 자곰 이제 디 조난 망고질다 뭐만에 망고라라 나 딩상디 룽 자디시라 라고메와네 카시
알레
이제네 다 지난주 단다 양자 세세라고 제샤위나 수부 정보 제 수부기 계직이 겨울어드네 맞자 우마로마 장마스 요삼다라 아니 메된 때와 산에지 가도 되네지 나고 요만에도 우야 텐데 단디도 시자도 튜버 상단도 양파도 상단 대단도 왜이나 디페미시다 uk당도 그런가라니 장가잡 제타 주 당도 파 당도 안데네 야 유엔에 주 아니 지네야 저도 잡디잖아 되게 가딩이 열어서는 당서 한다 디 쇼핑도 한다 디 우두스냐도 이상 한다 디 해피벌 쇼핑도 등상아 쉽게 쇼괴 디자냐 제데 만자니 디 망부잖아 빼팽거더라 매 가실래 디 야도 디잡잖아 야 먼저 디 잔다가 딜라다 폴렌 유에간 메도 디 티마차고 디 쉴도 메도 디 빼메시 단다 메도 가우스도 다디 빼메시 디 해피벌 독자 쉐어링 아마 세라랑아 지요 네디 자코르 최저는 빼망보다 디 카스쿨도 나이살레 지니 싱아시도
메토 마부디
메도 마마 가우 천하고는 샤워
알레오 나이트 플라워
어디 쇼제 쇼베 추주 숨바 쇼데 그 롱지 레이더라
야
테네다 제님도 야 뒤중아에 추주 숨바쇼 니 전 세고 말아 다 딩산데 세고도 아니 야 옥데 텐라 아니 까마 뉴슈제 디 롱데 레이더 테네 옥데 텐라 아니 야 니치고도 근데 내 추주 두바 두마다 아니 야나 두바다 잔디 옥디 쇼핑도 믹서를 잘 핑도 나고를 핑도로 네 아니 셈 장모서야라다 펜이 버러다 거 제단디 펜도 철철 조도스다
yes, that practice in just doing the cycles of breath, if you're doing like from 1 to 10 and you do it over and over in that cycle round, is good for making the mind stable. So these days I've been teaching it just in terms of the sensation of the nostrils, but it used to be taught relating to the nerves, the channels, so the central channel and the left and right channels. And progressively, if you seek out that method, you can also use it to go down progressively through this, I say throat, heart, navel, secret place, and so forth. And you can, with the breath control, with the count, you can make it go down and up and being aware of the left and right. But the benefit of that is also good these days for hay fever for me in the morning, because medicine benefits to some extent. But here in Chandrakirti, we have a lot of white flowers, bushes. We had some in Sarah as well. I've got quite a few around my room, and at night there's a certain wind that seems to come in about 3 a.m. So I wake up and I'm aware of that pollen factor or the sinus factor due to that condition. So for 20 minutes, I try that breathing cycle, and it benefits, and then I'm off to sleep again. I'll get up about 6 or 7. So that benefits the breath, it benefits the eyes, it benefits the nose, and of course it cleans the mind.
대단히 아니 네다 저된 거를 저 담으면서 쉐와 요싱으로 담으면서 쉐와 요싱으로 된다디 저런서 탑람 당에 대와 삼당도 사네 삼당이 쉐워래 마음바 삼당도 사네 당이 쉐워래 다다 우당도 삼당이 쉐워래 다 가야 튕기면도 삼이 돼 쉐워래 제가 곰 가래 제 나와 녀 카레 정바이나 다나 셔봉은 질러 도셔고 제가 고민을 잡시는 레라브레더로 겸하시나 다시 해봐도 셔보죠 우파지가 수가 전에 깔래 쇼 답제로 오늘 다나 여러고 제가 그 네버삼단이 네버단도 돈이 딩가 만내지 체니디 체시를 다나 셔버려 다 마음바 체시고니디 셔버리면서 마음바 리기로 왔다 좀 소대로 좀 선요하는 셔버려 다 단다 다 야쇼디 다다디간을 되니들에 다다디간을 되니디게 스트레스 리그 말에 워리 리그 말에 앵자이티 리그 말에 디프레션 리그 말에 다 대వ సముదాయ దేశ 냥가 요래 대వ 두그제 냐냐 삼다나니 디 앵자이티 다 디프레션 디즈 리에 냥가 요래로 다고 다가간라 샤도나 야고르들이야 디기 네거티브 삼단 치다나 야고요 말아 주나 디간라 코 따제데 나니 코 예도래 다디 두자 슈두 삼 호딩시겸 다 마음벌 삼 뭐다나니 스트레스 다 니디 anxious 들려야 거를 와 마음을 채지 마음거나 딜레는 디시그레 찔레는 베사르 니진 아니미 도고남도 서우차로다 다야 쉐디 심 다다와가는 데니들에 딜라 예수 티그레다 신다데 시버 검자라 가리네 디기었다 이네 그 소소게 무슨단게 칠레 데데데스면 라이어다 간다로
Okay. Really, just what's important is to recognize consciousness, recognize awareness. Because if you recognize that you are thinking of the past, that is awareness. If you recognize you're thinking of the future, that is awareness, meaning consciousness. Even if you're just breathing in the present moment, it is awareness. If you're thinking nothing, it's also awareness, because you're aware of thinking nothing. So one is basically hoping to experience consciousness and awareness. And if one can do that, meditation experience, whatever you use, becomes easy. If not, you'll always be looking for something, something else. But in terms of the past, if appearances of the past are coming up, then that recollection of the past, that mental recollection, is itself an awareness, a consciousness, and that's fine. And if you're planning about the future, various thoughts, that's also a faculty of consciousness. Recognize that. Of course, to be able to place the mind in the present moment is perhaps better because there's less stress and anxiety around it. If we are constantly thinking of things in the past, there's a danger that we will fixate on the negative and get stressed around it. But then the technique would be to just watch those appearances of mind and not cling to them and let them dissolve of their own accord. Conversely, if you're a person that thinks of the future, that can tend to anxiety, like an anxious person, thinking, I've got to do 1, 2, and 3. But best case, if you can just rest the mind in the present moment and allow the mind to rest from that thought. So what's being said is, there are these different functions of recognizing awareness that you have to know.
예, 당은 저 두스지견다. 다 단다. 까마 찍으러. 아니, 심코랑 가르친 게 어디 씹어지러.
야.
가르쳤는 대조시러 하고. 심코랑 욱당으로. 욱을 심시하게 난데 그래. 마음 봐서는 가래 심나는 가르친 게 어디 씹어지러. 다디 디 대변에 주친 것도. 디다 마음 배치시 그것도. 다 단다가 상당도. 수수 쌤들이 장난이 요디 무슨 하시는지 다다와래도 대월에도 몽브레도 무슨 지야 그 까머니지 조금 얘기하라.
For 2 minutes now then, we'll just watch our minds, and the point is to be aware of the appearances. That's all. You could be focusing on the breath, you could be thinking about something in the past or planning for the future, but to know that you're doing that, to know that you're in the present moment, just being aware of these appearances, that is it.
그래 대화 시작도 마음바 시작도
Yeah.
대화 시작 가르시하기 요디 시나 아니 되고 따로.
Yeah, just knowing you're recalling past, just knowing you're thinking of future, whatever is appearing, recognizing that appearance, just knowing it. For 2 minutes, please meditate like that.
아야. 다 달리 공부를 자올라나. 다 대화당 몽바게 차시든데 나와샤용 거로. 딜로 토나마 쳐셔. 아, 어디 고기. 나들 가그면 두상만다. 어디 야구도 뒤도자도. 뒤여마 마셔. 야니 돈이 가르샤나 샤시 토나마 쳐로. 다 토나한테 가와시 그래서는 타가 옥투에 옥디 거두도 단로. 옥고변날 단제. 나군인가네야 따서 아니 또 고베지네야 야파 우코라 가와두기요 디사과 수용고요 파두고 타게간다 따제대로 타게간다 따 대어마다 심나는다 대원나 샤우도나 토나마시 샤쇼 나와셔 그래 나와까 도말에 수지까 도말데 가야 배좀지 안디 야고래 디 두자래 디 가고래 디 메우소래 상당 말에 그런 자 야 대변하지 샤용 걸 막뭐 심나는 야디 야고래 디 두자래 야디 가고요 마디 거두 나 거무도 상마다 토나마 치우치 그래서 토나데 가가지고 그러서는 꼭디 가와 누구더라 수고는 나구나네야 이제 고제 인 가르사부터도 야 파단도 야 가르사부터도 어디 시에봐지 되네 근데 우단 우디 단다 당 심벌에도 대간라 셈디 대시면 아니 셈디 다다와 간라데 대대였다 다다와서 인지 대대였다 간다 근데 디 두스 콤지게 하더라
The meditation method would be appearances of the past and future will come, but pay them no heed, because there you'll have like, not like, good and bad. But these appearances, pay them no heed. What to pay heed then, what to focus on, is the breath, that it is coming in through the nostrils, the air is going down to the level perhaps of the stomach and coming up again. And you're just focusing on that breath with your mind and checking that process in and out. Okay, so while thoughts of the past may come, appearances may come, just leave them be, and be aware of that focus of the breath going in through the head and down and then up. So when you're aware of that breath, you are aware with your mind where the breath is going in the body from the head down to the feet and so forth and up. And by doing that breath, the mental recognition of breath is the present moment.
와에다 욱디 욱판도촌도 지야디 가르사고 욱도고요디 신기도 신기면도 아니야 다 딜러 미세 디 강의로 가르도록 저는 디 야 삼지 쉐네 야고.
Can you share then? Was it easy or not to just be aware of inhalation and exhalation and where the breath was going in the body?
가르쳐 부르거든.
Yeah. Where did your attention go?
Want to share?
Any share?
Yeah. You don't have nothing experience? You maybe don't like that.
Well, I think, because we've done it quite a long time now, the meditation, just in the last few minutes, it becomes certainly easier to just kind of like, with me to be aware of the breath, just really settling the mind. That's what I found. Of course, then it goes away, but it's kind of like quickly comes back again.
Right, so because we've done it a few minutes, it becomes easier initially just to settle the mind. Yeah. The ngonse tenda kamakashik nyamnyong yinsang semgi lungjong di tes kasa tapshik tagarang tes le leshverwa. Di yore. Settle the mind. Where does the breath go?
It's just kind of like, goes down the channel, it seems to be.
Yeah.
Down to the lungs and to the stomach and back up.
Okay. Okay, so the air goes down the channel through the lungs and into the tummy and up again?
So that's what the sensation is.
Yeah, sorba di lung di naguni nangla. Tene loa nangla doche choku bada dene ya yongur bada ko. Di sorba di.
나 아니 장가 잡나요? 장가 잡시하는 페이지 장가 잡아야 돼. 아니 세버였어요. 가세버였어요. 지난다 되게 그 로그요버디 시험이나 욱당도 지어야 돼. 시험. 다 시험 지고 말해. 욱난 자요로 봐.
야.
그래서 욱좀 검제해야 돼. 욱 검바 짬디 아니 힌두다 남바 정말 야구요. 다 남배 욱디 미다고임 공부다. 미다고임 바지 검시하고. 욱디 미다고라도 따고라도 직다셔 왔어. 어디 남배다 주무만 바잡다. 팅미 다 잡다래로 우미다 보금다데.
Okay, so in some sense, it is better to count the cycles of breath for clarity, and also to know when you're breathing in, when you're breathing out, the sound of the breath as well. Now, this is in common with both Hindu practices and Buddhist ones, but what's unique to Buddhism is this analysis of whether the function of breathing is impermanent or not. That is.
당도 공지직계나 당보 우 주도가 파도 될 장가 주접로. 주용도 봐 장가 주접 차스나나 아니 우디 주어도 매버시래도 주어도나 칸데스 주어도도 너도 디삼당 거다.
Okay, let's try again. So this time first we'll just recognize breath, and when you're stable with that recognition, count up to 10 cycles of inhalations, exhalations. And then after 10 cycles, check, is the breath changing or not? How is it changing? Please try again. Meditate. Yeah. So first, quite simply, breath recognition. Secondly, counting to 10 cycles. Then take a break and then check, how is breath? Is it even? Is it the same? Does it change? Check.
다 대샤로 아니 다 괜지 더리 든다 되잖아. 어디 검디 잡제니. 당고 우디 주어드라시 아니 우주어드라시 우트 삼단데 셈세 다도스잖아네. 강에 든데 용그리스 말라셔로. 그런 조금 잡제니 수수수. 냠뇨 칸데 용구도 다다니 야고셔로. 니 제라 도바라오드네 도나 아니 어디 카레카레 스튜어티유나. 세부차로 시앙에 딘데 연나 딘데 용그리 람나네 오가 딘데 용아시 곰제게 우즈겹데나 이 용아요 말디지 야고 가도 페디 레와디 레드스니디 참마 가도 그러봐 제가 디인데
Okay.
그 셈디 디간 네데로 레와디 다디 딘데 라기도 가 딘데 고도 셈디간 데데로 아니 디 곰제베 페디 용구요 말지자
The following week, then, it would be good to meditate and be aware of breath, mind on breath, and just be aware, is that breath and the nature of change. Probably best I don't talk too much about anything else in terms of focusing, because then you might have all sorts of expectations or doubts, like, am I doing it right? And if one pushes for a certain result, then it stops that, because you're hoping for some sort of experience. So just placing the mind on the breath. And if you have doubts, please raise the questions next week.
다 디간저 다 태고 투무기 우글럽디 비미다 와다 담에 곰단데 삼다 여러
Yeah.
안티 티지네요 우글데메 곰단 신다지 여러 나이네요 우글데메 곰단 신다 우글데메 냠린 시단데 빼다 캡침부 시오래라 내가 전부체 아니 나는 저 레일하고 쉬우더라 레일하고 쉬우지르다 고 삼단 우단에 땅이 여러 우단이 요 거랑 공부讨论 계셔와 아니 디스스 또 검디 잡단 시미나 단다 우미다 버자요래 근데 질러 간서 우다메 섬단 저거래 아니 뒤에 남셔야 돼 섬단에 야고요래 아니 우크랑 가와도 양직제 제직 대다야 근데 대요래 와고 검디 잡단 담면데 디가나 와
Now, that choosing breath as one's focal object, meditative support, is good for meditating on impermanence, but also non-self, and is common with the root yana vehicles. But as we go into the great vehicle, it's important the work on, the focus on breath too, in terms of tantra. There's so many methods, so many things you can employ by focusing on the breath. It's very important. So you can focus on impermanence by watching the breath. You can focus on the nature of non-self. You can focus on time. You can also seek or follow where the breath goes, what's findable. So many methods.
Oh, yeah, that is sure.
We'll stop for today.
To page 31 for the short mandala.
不行，只是没当初遇到灵性。
现在没得话语，这个男的先把这把说。在了电线，那个真来出去接我。我上天边对面啥送去，对外没谁大多那就。一当不如人那面的拉更你。
Page 33, prayers of dedication. Due to the merit of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of Guru Buddha, and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta thus not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish but increase more and more. Whatever slight positive potential I may have created, by paying homage, offering and acknowledging my faults, rejoicing and requesting that the Buddha stay and teach, I now dedicate all this for full awakening. I dedicate all these roots of virtue with the dedication praised as the best, by the victorious ones thus gone of the 3 times, so that I might perform the noble bodhisattva's deeds. May the King of Dharma, Tsongkhapa's way of Dharma practice flourish. May the omens of obstacles be pacified, and all the conducive circumstances be complete. The wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. Savior of the snowland teachings and transmigratory beings, who makes extremely clear the path that is the unification of emptiness and compassion, to the lotus holder Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. You who uphold the Sutra's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of joy, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Montanat's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplished magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior of myself and others your disciples, please live long. By relying on the true accumulations of myself and others in the three times, may the teachings of the conqueror, Losong Trapa,